I am Andi the Knittress, and this is my channel on the internet where I like to talk about yarn. You can find me on the internet as Andi the Knittress most places, also as TheKnottyKnittress, as well as TheKnottyKnittress.com. Today I'm having my coffee in this mug that says Knit Happy, and it's thoroughly delicious. It has been a minute since I have filmed. I have been far busier than I thought I would be. As most of you know, I own a yarn store, and it's more or less a one-woman show. I mean, I do have a lot of help and support from my family and friends, but you know, bulk of the things fall on my shoulders to do. Not complaining. Kind of excuses, I guess, on why I haven't filmed, but you don't care. Anyway, I have lots to show you. I guess you really can't see. I will pop in some pictures. I am wearing an FO. This is my Zaftig tee by Shelia Toy Stromberg. It is a cropped sweater that I made, and I really love throwing it over a tank top. It's a nice top that I can wear in the warmer months, and I really enjoy it. I will have a picture popped in here or here, one of these places, of me in it, so you can get a more a better visual of the finished object. I think that's about the FOs I have. Well, now I have some hand spinning FOs, so I will show you those and try not to get fiber in my mouth. So it lives in this bag that I made that is super cute. I have been sewing bags with zippers lately, and I forgot to pull any down to show you guys that I have for sale, but I'll pop in a little video. This one's mine. I do have one that is like this, that is for sale. So, I have a couple of FOs when it comes to spinning. So you guys may remember I showed you guys a bobbin that had some purple on it, maybe? I don't remember. But anyway, that is, the purple is like a Merino art Batt blend with some fun, oh, are we not going to focus? Maybe. Anyway, it's got some like sparkly stuff and some extra things, and then all of the green is a Targhee braid that I got from Driftwood Farm, and I just thoroughly love this. Is a big skein. I don't remember the specs for it. If I think about it, I'll pop them in here in words for you guys, but this is just a lovely skein of yarn. Huh, I want it autofocus. It used to autofocus. Maybe now it will. There we go. I had the buttons locked, so it was not focusing. Okay, so that is one FO. This is a giant skein that I finished. And then a good friend of mine, Amber of Ambi Marie Knits, she has a podcast. You should check her out. She is far more frequent than I am. Asked me, because she knows that I have a 3D printer, if I could 3D print her a Turkish drop spindle. Now, I don't always like to say yes right away, because a lot of times I cannot sell the items due to licensings and stuff. Yes, maybe I can print it out. I can find a free file for that. But I may not be able to sell it due to the licensings. And I am very big on if somebody has offered me a file for free and says, hey, please don't sell that, I definitely will not. Just ethically, I try to stay on the right side. Anyhow, I did find this one, this little drop spindle here, that I'm allowed to sell. Now, I do not sell these in my shop, seeing as I don't sell any of the fiber and stuff here, but I do sell these in Little Hawk Yarns yarn store, so I will link her website down below. And if she does not have them listed, you can reach out for her, because I know that she had them just for the local folks at first because they were going pretty quickly. But you could reach out to her. But this is just a fun little thing. Now, I have never been good at drop spindle. Now, I always used the top whirl. You can ask my friend Vanessa, the Knitty Witch. She tried to teach me to spin years ago, and I was like, no, thank you. And so when I printed these out, and I thought, well, you know, I might as well try it out. And it's actually super fun. And I finished these two little tiny skeins. Now, these are, let's see, I think I have it in here. These are two little bats from my Spinning Socks 6-packs by Sweet Georgia. I think it's Spring Garden and Tea Party are the two that I spun up first. And the one I'm working on now, I think, is Tapestry. That's this one here. But it's just a fun, I found it thoroughly enjoyable. And so I took some time out and I made two little skeins, and I'm working on a third, and I have all of the rest of those little 6-packs in there to work through. So those are a couple of FOs that I have, and they're just a super fun little skein. And, you know, it twists a little bit back on itself. I have not soaked any of these. They've all just been sitting in here since I finished them. I do have plans for a lot of this hand spun. I had a gal come in who was showing off a pattern that she's working on. It is called the Hiku Cardi. I will pop in a picture. I'll pop in a picture, and then I'll pop in the one that, you know, thoroughly inspired me to knit that. And so I plan on gathering lots of my hand spun and casting that on in the very near future. It's my birthday month, so I am gonna cast on anything that I want. It's a rule I made for myself. Whatever, you can cast on anything you want anytime you want. I do try not to cast on so many things because eventually I do get overwhelmed with all of my whips, but I'm probably going to cast that on. You might see that on my next episode because I think it would look absolutely gorgeous in handspun. And I recommend that you knit along with me in my birthday month, the Hiku Cardi. So yeah, that is, those are all my FOs. And I guess since we started with the spinning whips, and we'll just go right into whips. Let's see. This is a whip you guys haven't seen. It weighs about like 15 pounds, I think. Not really, but it's heavy. It's got a ton of cotton yarn in here, and a book and everything. My new bags are sweater size. They're giant. Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's about 15 to 20 skeins of Lion Brand 24/7 cotton in here, in different shades, because I am working my way through this book that I got, A Year of Granny Squares, by Kylie Moleta, and we'll say that that's hopefully how you pronounce it. But this was one of those things where on Amazon it's like, hey, you might like this book, because I usually buy pattern books from Amazon. And it's just got some fun, different, you know, crocheted squares throughout. So the book starts in spring, so that's when I started it. I have been using the Lion Brand 24/7 cotton with a size 2.75 millimeter hook, and I'm almost finished with the spring squares. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 squares, and I have one. Now I haven't woven any of my ends because I don't need to yet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the 13 of the spring squares. So I've got to get those other 2 done so that I can start on the summer squares, because summer will be here before I realize it. What am I going to do with all these squares, you asked? I don't know. I've got several ideas. I just wanted something to do in the evening when I didn't know what to do. So that's what this project is for me. It lives at home by my recliner. And I just work on it whenever I feel like it. Now, there are some lovely ideas in this book for perhaps putting different squares together in different fashions. So like they'll suggest, like, you know, to mix this square with this one. So mix and match, put them together in a pattern. There are a couple actual patterns for like a bag and like combining them into a blanket. And you can see back here, there's a picture of a bag. I might turn them into a sweater, or I might turn them into a top. If you've seen those fun, like tank tops on direct marketing, I keep getting the ads for them, and they're just like a crocheted tank top with lots of fringe. I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. That is living in a bag by me. I do have one more of these, this print in my shop, if you really love it. It is a perfect bag to hold a large project, or you can hold lots of little projects in it. They are giant, and I love it. I was inspired to sew bags with zippers because Amber of Ambi Marinets and Tamara of Caffeinated Craft Mama both have been sewing with zippers, and I was inspired, and they said it was super easy, and it is. It actually is. There was a couple of tutorials online that I followed. So the next whip that I have is an older one that I'm still mad at. I haven't really worked on it a whole lot, but I think I'm going to pick it up here in the next few days and just work it out. I don't remember if I told you guys. I don't keep the best show notes. I just have jot down what I show, and I don't say what I talked about. And actually, I don't even think I showed this to you guys last time. I don't know. But anyway, this is Bobby's sweater that I'm working on, the Unbearable hoodie. I have finished the body, and I am on to the sleeves. But it is way too big on him. I listened to him with how long he wanted it, and I knew better. Because when he put it on, it looks like a tunic dress. And I have to rip it out. I have to rip back and do it. But first, I'm going to finish the sleeves and finish the hood, because once I put the sleeves on and the hood, it's going to raise it up a little. Not enough to disperse all of the extra length that is in there, but enough to where if I ripped this back first and then did the sleeves and the hood, then it would probably be too short. So I just have to finish those, which won't take very long, but it made me mad at it. So it's been hiding in this bag. And this bag is one of my favorite bags. It's one of my first big sweater bags. It's by Anomalous Mind. And it's got this fun tarot card fabric. And I have all of my little stitch markers hanging out on here. I don't remember where I got all of these from. Whoever did the Goonies set. And then I got a set on here that I got for my birthday last year from my friend Haley. But I keep them all on here so that I can just have them to put on my sweater each day, because you guys know that I like to put a marker on every day that I work on it. So that way, when I'm done and somebody asks me, how long did that take you? I don't say a year, because that's misleading. It doesn't take a year to make a sweater. It's just I didn't work on it for a year. So I will have an accurate answer to say, and I can say about 60 days, and that's a more realistic time frame for a giant sweater. That's why I put markers on every day, and then I take them off when they're done. So my last whip nope, not the last one. I have one more that I'm working on. But this one has been getting most of the love. Again, it's in a bag by me. I also have another one of these in the shop. This is my Voyage by Woolen Pine. It has been my very favorite whip to work on because it's fun. I don't really have to think about it. There's charting here that I won't show too much, but the charts are broke down in 4 colors, black, white, gray, and black, white, and then there's 2 shades of gray, one lighter, one darker. And so what I have done is I took a whole bunch of minis that I had and I put them in bags. So this would be my black bag. This one I'm working on right now is not in there. So this would be, I took a picture of all my minis, turned them black and white, and then separated them into their categories. So this would be my black bag, and then this is my white bag, and then this is my darker gray and my lighter gray bag. And so what I'm doing is when it's time to switch colors, I've been having Bobby reach in and grab a color, just random, because I have a hard time with random. And otherwise I would spend all of my time trying to put the colors that looked the best together. And I didn't want to do that. I just wanted it to be fun. I didn't want to think about pairing all the colors together. So if they work out, you know, with the contrast well enough, then it should be fine. And so far, that has held true. So this is what I've got so far. Oh gosh, come on. And I just love it so much. There are several colors in here that got put together that I wouldn't usually put next to each other. Like, I don't know, this yellow next to this blue kind of looks a little team sportsy, but overall I'm just in love with this. It's very awesome. It's gonna be bright and colorful, and I can't wait to finish it. I'm actually almost done with the body. I have to remeasure myself to see where I want it to fit. I usually wear my sweaters a little cropped just because of all of the garments I wear. I have a lot of dresses that have like an A-line or a flare to them. And if I wear my sweaters a little cropped, at my waist, it kind of gives me a better shape. And I think that I'm just about there. Last time I checked, I was at like 10 inches, and I think this pattern says everybody needs to knit to 15, but I think that I need to knit, it was either 11 and a half or 12. I've just got to double check that, and then it'll be time for me to split for the sleeves. You don't really split for the sleeves in this one, but you like bind off a couple and then you cast on a couple, because the sleeves get steeked, like everything, it gets steeked up the center and it gets steeked up the armholes. So it'll be time for me to follow a little bit of a different direction. But this has been really fun. Most of these minis are here in Colors Dye Works, which makes me super happy. There's a little bit of Knitted Wit and a little bit of Driftwood Farm. And then the main color is leftover from this sweater, which is the Ziton by, oh, is it Ziton? I don't know. I'll have it linked in with my pattern down below. But anyway, because I had several skeins left over of this, so it'll be nice, and I've thrown it in a bit in the color work, and then it'll be the button band and the sleeves as well. So that is, this has been getting most of my work whenever I do pick up a project. And I have one more whip that I just started the day before yesterday. I have a class coming up, and I am teaching folks that are coming to that class how to knit a sweater that fits. And the sweater pattern we are following is the flax, and they will have the option to do any size of the flax, whether it's the light, the worsted, or the DK. And so I decided to cast on in this lovely yarn. This is by Cascade Yarns. It's called Anchor Bay, and it's super pretty. I got it as a sample because I'm thinking about bringing them into the store. And so I knit up a swatch, and it's super cute. This is a cotton and wool blend, and I really liked it. And so I cast on a little tiny sweater for one of my little tiny mannequins, and I'm almost done already. I had knit on this for 2 days. So far I've only knit this for 2 days, and not most of the day. Most of this, like this whole body, I did yesterday in my Zoom chat, which is about 2 hours long. So it works up super quickly. Now I am ready to do the ribbing on the bottom. I just have to switch my needles, and I'm going to make it a little short of a sleeve, just because I think it'll look super cute on my mannequin in the store, and it's a good sample to show the folks that are coming to my class. That will be this coming Saturday, because today is June the 3rd, and my class is on June the 8th. So yeah, that's my last knitting whip. I do have a whip that is Advent related. So I got a new laser engraver. I got a Glowforge laser engraver, and I have been making all the things. Like, I am thoroughly enjoying it. It has been on my list to get a laser engraver for years, and I was able to get one this year because they designed one that was at a lower price point than the big giant ones, and it does have a weaker laser, so you know it has its limitations. I can't cut anything that's clear or blue, because the laser itself is blue, and it's only got like a small surface that I can work with, which is fine for me because I make like stitch markers and keychains and gauge rulers and small things. And I've also been making earrings. I made these for myself. One says knit, one says pearl. So yeah, I've been making all kinds of little things, and so like I made some yarn carriers that have fun prints on them. I've made a needle gauge swatch ruler. So you've got your needle gauge and then your gauge swatch section, and then you get a bonus little 4-inch, ruler that you can just toss in another bag. And so it measures 4 inches along the outside edge. Super handy tool. I use mine all the time. When I'm checking my gauge, this one's mine. You can't really read the numbers on it because it was a prototype, but I know what everything says, so I kept it for myself. But yeah, I've been making things like that, and then lots of keychains. I made the sign on top of the keychains. I've got some fun stuff here. All of these keychains are knitting related. So I started initially with making a portable gauge ruler. So you've got this little keychain size gauge ruler. It goes from US 0 to US 13, which is, it covers a decent span of the sizes, and it's just fun. It looks like a little motel keychain. So I've got those in assorted colors. I have this one that's also useful. It's got the Kitchener stitch on one side, and then make one left, make one right on the other side. And then I've just been making some fun ones with like little yarn themes. So like this one says, "The key to my heart." It's yarn. And then I have this one, and these all come in like assorted colors. It says, "Shh, I'm counting." And then we've got this one. It says, "I'd knit that." And this one, it says, "This is your sign to go to the yarn store." I've been working on some wraps per inch tools. This is not the final design. I have not finished printing out the final design yet, but it'll be similar to this. This is super useful for spinners, but I also use it whenever I have like a little ball of yarn and I don't remember what it is. I mean, I usually remember what it is, but sometimes I don't. And then I'll just do the wraps per inch and figure out what weight it is. And go from there. I also made this one that says, "I am not a yarn hoarder, I'm a collector." And then this one that says, "If found, please return to local yarn store." So I've just been making some fun stuff like that on my laser engraver. And lots of stitch markers, which if you look at my website, and there's a section for stitch markers, but also you can just look in the what's new and most of them will pop up there, which led to me thinking that I could just make an advent of stitch markers, which I'm going to do. I will be having, hopefully the listing will be up for the pre-order by the time I get this video edited and out. But you will get, now this is a prototype, so the colors will not be the same as this. I was just printing it out to see what size everything needed to be and work together. But you will get this little advent box with 25 days and then a stitch marker in each one of these drawers. The theme is going to be very winter Christmas. It's all going to be super just like basic Christmas. And then I plan on working up like a little, all of them will be the lever back stitch marker progress keepers, so that crocheters and knitters can use them. And I will be making a little tiny stand that you can hang them all on. So each day you open it up. I myself will probably open it up and pop it on my project that I'm working on that day, because that's how I work. But because I was working on this, I have also come up with an idea to do one for Halloween. Those details are coming a little later because I didn't have that idea until after this idea, so I have to get the prototype all printed out and figure out my timing and pricing and everything for that. So look for those if you're interested in a stitch marker advent for Halloween and for Christmas, because they will be coming up probably sometime in June. You should see those listings, and I'll have pre-orders open for a little while or until it's like maxed to the number I think that I can achieve in printing out. But I just thought that was super cute. It's super small. It won't take much in packaging to get it to you guys. And this is reusable. You can totally use this every year and put like small candies in there for yourself or your kids or whatever. So yeah, I just thought that was a nice little fun treat for yourself. And so I've showed you that, and I've showed you that, and I think that's it. We got a little bit of life stuff. Both of my oldest children just graduated on Saturday past, which was the 1st. That's why I'm extra red. I know that I'm usually red in the face, but I got very sunburnt because it was outdoors and there was no shade, and I was not forward thinking in putting sunscreen on because I was just super excited of my kids. The oldest one, it took a little longer to graduate, and the middle one caught up. So they both graduated this year. One wanted to walk in the ceremony, the other did not. So either way, I'm proud of both of them. Being their mom has been super rewarding, but also very stressful. I mean, being a mom is hard. It really is. And then when you add in different like neurodivergent kids on top of that, it's a little more taxing. But you know, I wouldn't have been given it if I couldn't handle it. And it's just been super wonderful to watch them grow and blossom. And I was a teary mom all graduation because I was just so proud of them. And so what else? I don't know if there's much else with life. I just have been enraptured in the store a lot. My family's been super helpful. You know, we've been able to kind of juggle like kids in school and extracurricular activities in the store, and like my mom and dad have been super helpful with that. Bobby's new job, his schedule is a lot more conducive for him to be able to help out with a lot of the after school stuff, so that's been nice. My niece is here visiting for the summer, so I'm gonna be doing that. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about is I'm not gonna do just add color this year. I'm gonna give myself a year off. I have so much on my plate, and I don't want to add that extra stress of that to all of the things that I already have to do. I think next year I will have this a little more ironed out, and I should be able to do that for next year. I'm sorry if anybody's disappointed that they don't get to be involved in that this year or watch that this year, but I am one woman, and I think that I can do all the things, but not really. I really can't. I cannot do all the things. And the more I have been, you know, kind of my own boss and in business and in charge of all of the things, I'm realizing what things are more important than others. And spending time with my family on my days off is more important to me than working on just add color and adding extra after hours work to my plate. So this year, I'm not going to do it. We will do it next year, though. And I already know what colors I'm going to pick, so it'll just be a next year's thing. I'm all healed up from my surgery that I had, my gallbladder removed, and other than that, life has just been the store. So, my birthday is coming up. It's coming up here in a few days, and so I celebrate my birthday from June 1st to June 29th. I don't celebrate June 30th because that's my anniversary. And I'm going to be 42 this year, which, that just means I'm going to be the answer to life, everything, the universe, universe, life, and everything. If you know what that's from, So yeah, I am just going to take it easy and just knit when I can knit, and I will film when I feel like filming. I can't hold myself to a schedule anymore when it comes to this, because I don't want to just film just to film so that you guys have content, because I feel like it will be not, it'll be forced, and I don't want it to feel like a bad thing that I haven't filmed, and so I'm not going to let it. And so until next time, I hope that you all take life one stitch at a time, because that's all you can do.